guys, we're gonna go ahead and do the Texas State Board. We're gonna do the practical version today. We're just gonna do a mock. I do have Miss Cookie here. She's going to be reading off all of the instructions for each section, and I will walk you through section by section on all of the instructions on what we need to do. So I'm gonna have you go ahead and get me started.
This first session is pre-examination setup and disinfection. You have 10 minutes to unpack your general supplies and prepare your work area. You will be informed when you have 5 minutes remaining. You may begin.
All right, so the first section is pre-exam setup and disinfection. So the first thing I'm gonna need to do is go into my kit bag. I'll then grab out my pre-exam setup and disinfection bag. I'm gonna place this under my arm while I make sure to zip my kit bag closed and place that back underneath my station. Now the first thing I want to grab out of my pre-exam setup bag is my trash can. So I'm going to take my trash can, going to make sure I close my kit bag up and place it underneath my arms while I set this up. I'm going to place my trash can within reach. Make sure it stays up. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and grab into my kit bag and grab my Barbicide wipes. After I do that, I'm then going to close my kit back up once more. I'm going to go into my Barbicide wipes and I'm going to grab out wipes as needed. So the first wipe, I'm going to make sure to do my station. Once my station's wiped down, I can then place my bag down. I'm going to continue to wipe down any station items in front of me, any hooks underneath, bottom, any chairs or items behind me that are going to be interacted with throughout the service. So once I wipe down everything, my wipes are all going to go into my trash. I then can place my Barbicide at the top of my station. The next thing I'm going to do is grab out my hand sanitizer. Now your hand sanitizer might be in a bag. Make sure you close this bag when you're not using it. Your hand sanitizer might be in a bag. That's completely fine. Just open it up, throw the bag away, and then proceed to sanitize your hands. All right, I'm gonna go back into my kit. I'm gonna grab out my extras, place those to the side, and then you'll have a dry towel for your table drape. You're going to want to place this on your table for your mannequin to lay on. This is then gonna go into the trash. I'm then going to sanitize my hands. I step back, raise my hand to indicate completion, and then we'll move on to the next section.
The next section is cleansing service. Please perform a cleansing service. You have 14 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 7 minutes remaining. You may begin.
Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is sanitize my hands. I'm then going to reach into my kit bag, and I'm gonna grab out 2 things for this section. The first being my mannequin. So I'm gonna place my mannequin away from me like so on the table drape. I'm then going to grab cleansing service section. I'm gonna place that under my arms while I close my kit. This is really important that we zip our kit closed after each section. Before I go into my bag, I'm going to sanitize my hands once more. And I'm gonna start by laying out my items. Remember, space may vary, so you're gonna have to practice with minimal space, and just keep in mind it might change when you get to your exam. I'm gonna start by placing 1 paper towel out flat. This is going to be for all of my disposables. I also am going to have another paper towel out for my hands, my steam towel that's been pre-moistened, and then lastly I do have all my products. Those can come out of the bag if they're in, and you're just going to place them on your station. Your gallon bag and any remaining bags that items were in, this is going to go into the trash, and then you're going to sanitize your hands. Okay, so the first part of our cleansing service section is going to be draping our mannequin. So you're gonna start with your shower cap, and you're gonna wanna place that just midline of the forehead, bring it down around the ears, and lift your client's head up. There is a little hole underneath for a mannequin tripod. So with that, I am just going to work the excess into there for more security. Okay. I'm gonna sanitize my hands after placing the shower cap on, and I'm then going to grab my disposable headband. Same thing like our shower cap, I'm gonna place this about midline on the forehead, bring it down and around the ears. So from the side, she looks like this. Now, she doesn't have much of a forehead exposed for cleansing or for the remaining of service, so I'm just going to gently adjust that to where she has somewhat of a forehead. I'm then going to sanitize my hands. We're now going to do eye makeup removal. So we're gonna take our eye makeup remover and a 2x2, just one. We're gonna do one eye at a time. You're gonna put 1 to 2 drops of eye makeup remover on your cotton round or 2x2. Place that to the side after you close it and start by working on one eye. Work down the lashes, pretend to clean off any mascara, eyeshadow, or eyebrow. And then you're gonna throw the 2x2 away. Sanitize your hands. Place that there. Sanitize your hands. Go in with another